Mitchell, you've been very, very humble. In addition to you leading the team for CFA Investment Research Challenge and also being part of the Student Investment Fund, you were also in our fall 2021 recruitment brochure as a profile. And I clearly see the photo that we have of you, and it's with the one of you that was taken when, during the international study trip for Hong Kong. So you, that particular photo in your profile absolutely helped a lot of students in helping them find the right fit in the program in terms of accounting and finance and or business, which kind of leads me to wanting to ask you a little bit about your career path and your academic and career path and how it's led you to where you are now, because it certainly seems like with being in the AFM program, you've really kind of tailored your extra and co-curricular opportunities in the area of finance, and now that, and with teachers, the Ontario Teachers Pension Fund, and now with Brookfield, your role has been very finance focused. So can you talk a little bit about how you navigated that career path towards more finance, as obviously most of our students choose accounting or both. They don't generally just focus on finance. So I'm sure students would love to hear your pathway leading to finance.
Yeah, I think, there's a real, special harmony between the accounting and finance world. I think, the beauty of the school is you get an appreciation of both, and I think, you can't really do one without the other. Accounting kind of focuses on the past and really understanding what has happened, and the way I think about finance is it's really looking at the past and trying to figure out, what the future will look like. And so you can't really have one without the other. And so, a lot of my co-op experiences were focused in finance, but I actually did a lot of my coursework in accounting. And I think that really formed, the foundation for a lot of the technical knowledge and understanding in my jobs today. I think accounting is one where understanding, being able to interpret financial statements, understanding historical trends, really helps you understand kind of how a company has trended historically and how it reacts to its environment. So when an instance is like COVID, being able to understand how the COVID pandemic impacted many businesses, whether in a positive or negative way, and accounting is one where you have to see kind of the historical transactions and how that flows through the different statements to understand ultimately what was the cash impact, and how do you kind of use that impact and forecast what the future will look like. Obviously the past isn't always representative of the future, but I really do think, accounting is a big backbone of business as a whole. So I think, the coursework was one element, and then I think the extracurriculars and co-op experiences really gave me a practical view of what it was to be in the industry. I think the beauty of our co-op program is as early as, second year, you're already getting to work in the real world, and simple things like knowing how to draft, business email, or how to, behave yourself or show professional etiquette in a meeting room, are things that, you don't necessarily learn in school. And so being able to kind of, I think the co-op program really gives you kind of a flavor of the real working world, while the amazing coursework and the professors at school give you that technical knowledge you need to go into the real world. And so for me, I actually did a co-op term at Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, and that really helped me kind of, come back full circle and start at the Teachers Pension Plan out of school. It kind of gave me an understanding of what investing was like, because I was in their private equity practice, focusing on industrials and energy investments. And then I went on to do 2 investment banking terms, so that was more of a sell-side advisory role at TD and RBC, and that gave me an appreciation for how a deal works, the deal process, what a client really cares about. And that ultimately led me into wanting to come back onto the buy side. And I think the CFA Challenge, SIF, these all helped me develop an interest and passion in investing, and being able to, get the real experience to co-op and now coming full circle full time, I think all really led me to where I am today.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So it kind of really sounds like, it just seems like just things are falling into place, like just puzzle pieces, kind of like your coursework that you indicated, and where you have the opportunity to apply that coursework through co-op, and then coming full circle, like you said, with the co-curriculars, CFA, Investment Research Challenge, Student Investment Fund, Hedge Conference, being able to then see how all of that applies, not just your academic, but all of the transferable skills and the soft skills, like you said, business etiquette, right? You don't learn that in a classroom, but you kind of have to know that to be as successful as you can be right out of the gates. And Waterloo and the School of Accounting and Finance providing co-op opportunities is one fantastic way to kind of really succinctly couple and integrate all of those learning opportunities, from classroom to co-curricular to the soft skills that you need. So that's fantastic to hear. And I love how you've brought it all back kind of full circle.
Yeah. And one other point I forgot to mention is I think the network aspect of the school is great. It's one that really led me to where I am today. And I think, you touched on Hedge Finance Conference, which is, a school-wide conference where it's not just, students in the School of Accounting and Finance that can attend, but it's, students in math, maybe students in computer science that really want to understand kind of what the finance world is like. And the conference really brings over 100 students across the school to meet with a lot of the banks, a lot of the pension funds, a lot of the, even, when I was there running the conference, we wanted to tap more into fintech, the world of applying kind of computer science and software into finance. And so it's really great. And I think, that network, being able to kind of meet like-minded individuals and students, a lot of which are, good friends of mine today, and some are actually colleagues as well, really forms a lot of the journey along the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fantastic to hear. And it's being able to be placed in these leadership roles at such a young age, and as you're also building your skills and knowledge, I think it's a fantastic way to grow, to aspire towards the level of professionalism that you want to be at.